How to choose an e-bike as a senior rider. Stick around. Hey everyone, I'm Dustin. I have nearly 20 years experience in the bike and e-bike industry. Today I'm going to show you how to choose an e-bike as a senior rider. Now, before we get into it, hit that subscribe button below. Stay in touch with us here at 630. Be the first to know about all the new content we're putting out, giveaways we're doing, and of course, new product releases. All right, right here, I've got 4 e-bikes that are great for senior riders. Check them all out. They are linked in the description below if you want to find out more about them. All right, let's say you're a senior rider and you're out looking for an e-bike and you're trying to figure out how to choose the right e-bike. Well, I have done hundreds of test rides with riders here at our location in San Clemente, California, probably north of 1,000, and we've done a lot of demo rides with over 60 riders, and it's given me the opportunity to really look at what are the important features for that over 60 demographic. Now, when you're out searching for an e-bike, there are several things that I've realized are important to the senior community. Now, I'm gonna start by talking about the actual bike portion without the motors, then I'll get into the motors and batteries lastly. All right. The number one feature that I've found with most senior riders is they want a step-through type frame. Now, you can see here on these 2 e-bikes, actually all of these are step-through frames, but there's varying degree of a step-through frame. Now, right here, we have our simple step-through model. This has a 10.5-inch height step-through, and the 20-inch version has an 8.5-inch step-through. What I found with a lot of riders that have gone through a hip replacement or a knee surgery or some form of arthritis, or just in general, their legs are not working like they used to, a step-through frame is really, really important. Now, the one thing I want to point out is you really need to get familiar with your body and how high you're capable of still lifting your leg to mount and dismount. Also, if you're shopping for an e-bike, the term step-through is advertised across many different products, while it may not be a true step-through height, or there's a loose way of utilizing that term, right? So step-through can mean 19 inches, it can mean 8.5 inches. So when you're choosing, just make sure you find the step-through height that will work best for your body. All right, now, in addition to that, the comfort and the seating position is also really important. Most seniors want something where your back's gonna be upright, you're gonna be in a riding position that's not going to make you uncomfortable. All 4 of these e-bikes place riders in a position where their backs are upright, their arms are relaxed, and they're not hunched over. Again, you don't wanna be in a painful riding position where you're leaning forward and you're straining yourself. Now, the other thing I'll say too is this is not true for all riders over 60, right? Depends on the condition of your body and what you're capable of. So, now the other thing I need to point out as well is the seat height in conjunction with the step-through height. So, stepping through the frame might be one thing, but the actual height of the seat is another. So, 4 of these e-bikes here, they all have different seat heights. Now, our step-through one, our 20-inch here, the seat in the lowest position is 28.5 inches. The 26-inch version is 31. Right here, we have our Every Journey, which is a little bit different. This is a forward pedaling design. The seat on this one goes down to 29 inches. And our relaxed body version here, the seat goes down to 27.5 inches. So you can see, again, this is another important piece that many seniors like. So when you're searching, think about how high do you want this seat and what are you capable of getting on and off of, because that's really important. And what I find is if you struggle to mount and dismount your e-bike, it's gonna demotivate you from using it. So you want something that's easy to get on and off of. and something that you feel safe on. And truly, the mounting and dismounting is one of the most key elements of an e-bike experience. So make sure that it suits your body and it feels safe and it's not strenuous for you. So those are some of the important features to look for in the actual sizing and fitting of your e-bike. Now, as a senior, when we talk about choosing an e-bike, there's different motor sizes, there's different battery sizes. That really comes down to how far are you gonna go, what type of riding are you gonna do, also the budget you're looking to spend. In terms of motor sizes, I find that most of the over 60 riders are content with 500 watts, especially if you're gonna do primarily flat ground. Now, if you are a rider over 200 pounds, that's when you do wanna start to consider 750 watts. Also, if you have a lot of hills and you really don't wanna exert a lot of effort on those hills, that's when you may wanna look at a 750 watt. But I find that for some riders, they feel like a 750 watt is too powerful. So that's something to consider as well if you're out shopping, that obviously bigger motor means more power. Now, a 500 watt can still get you up to 20 miles an hour like a 750 watt. They're all capped at that top speed. The difference is you'd have a little more power going up hills. Now, like I said, if you're a rider under 200 pounds, a 500 watt is gonna be more than enough for you. But if you're over 200 pounds, that's when you wanna start to consider a 750 watt, in my opinion, you know? So it really is up to the rider. If you like more power, you can obviously opt for the more power as well. Now, the other thing too is there's two types of sensors on e-bikes. There's cadence sensors and there's torque sensors. A cadence sensor basically works that when you start pedaling and it senses that you're pedaling, the motor will kick in. With a torque sensor, it's going to gauge how much output you're putting out, and that's how much power the motor will give. Now, I would say it's 50-50 between over 60 riders, which they prefer. Now, we put cadence sensors on our e-bikes. They are less expensive than torque sensors. And the big thing is with torque sensors, a lot of riders like it because it does ease into the assistance a little more. Now, the one thing I will say is for going up hills, a cadence sensor, in my opinion, is a little bit nicer because once you pedal, you're going to get that full output from the motor. On a torque sensor, it's going to gauge your output and more ease into it. So on a hill, it's beneficial to have that cadence because you pedal and boom, you're up and going, right? So I like that. The torque sensor is nice because it is a little smoother on the power up and it eases into it a little more, which a lot of seniors riders do like. Now again, gonna be a little bit more expensive. The other thing I'll say is most e-bikes, or a lot of e-bikes now, are coming with throttles. That is a feature that a lot of seniors really like. It can be utilized to not only give your legs a break while you're out on a ride, but also for the starting and stopping. When you're getting the e-bike moving, you can just press that throttle and it gets rolling and you don't have to put any effort in. So it helps to get the bike momentum going and then you can kick in pedaling. So that's something you'll want to look out for as well. I do think that's a really cool feature. There are two types of throttles available, twist throttles and thumb throttles. Again, the jury's out, in my opinion. It's usually 50-50. We offer both. Our Simple Step Through 20-inch has a twist throttle. We also have thumb throttles on the other models. So we have some riders that like the twist, some that like the thumb. Hard to say, which is why we have different versions, different types of e-bikes available. So most importantly, if you're an over 60 rider choosing an e-bike, how to choose? Well, number one, listen to your body, figure out something that's going to be easy for you and your physical ability. Then I think start to look at the electronics, right? I think putting the electronics over the riding position is not a good idea because you want something that your body will be capable of using for the long term, especially if you're gonna make a substantial investment into an e-bike. All right. I hope that helps for you on how to choose an e-bike. If you have any other questions at all, please comment below or reach out to us, the team at sixthreezero.com, or call us 310-982-2877. Don't forget, all of these e-bikes are linked in the description, and these are great options for senior riders. In addition to that, we offer a 30-day test ride your e-bike policy. If you don't love it in the first 30 days, send it back, no questions asked, no money out of your pocket. Also, we warranty everything for 1 year. Anything goes wrong in the first year, we take care of it, parts and labor. And lastly, come on out for a test ride. All of our e-bikes are here and our e-trikes. You can test ride before you purchase to ensure you're making the right choice. Also, you can join our community before you purchase. We have thousands of members in our Facebook group called 630 Pedalers. Talk to existing riders to ensure you're making the right choice. Then when you have yours, post in the group, make friends, and finally download our app to track your rides and compete on the leaderboard. It's a lot of fun. So thanks for sticking around, and don't forget, it's your journey or experience. Enjoy the ride.